This is going to be one of those videos, doesn't matter who you are, where you're at in life, what you do. This is going to help you become the person that you want to be. You, not anybody else, but the person you want to be by reprogramming your mind, your subconscious mind. So stick with me. I'm going to break it down so that you can take this information, go off into the world, and be who you want to be. Real simple. When you go through life, when you are just being the avatar of whoever you are, when Dre is going through life, do you know what shapes him? What shapes his reality? His subconscious. Every day, everything that happens to you in your life begins with a thought. Whoops. It all begins with a thought. Now there's a thought that maybe come into your head and thoughts that you produce that are external and are excreted. Okay? So every day you're having thoughts. These thoughts over and over become an ingrained part of your mind. Neurons fire and they wire together. So with the thought, you will have a thought. And what happens when you have this thought? It creates a feeling. It creates a feeling. So that feeling is an emotion. Now, real simple. I'm going to try to make this so easy to understand. Your thoughts, okay, create an emotion. This emotion is the fuel. It is the jet fuel that then in turn creates a belief. So this right here is the fuel, okay, for a belief. It is the fuel. It is what fuels your beliefs. You'll have a thought, okay? That thought is backed up by an emotion which makes it an imprint on your subconscious. That emotion is the fuel for this belief. It will fuel this belief, which is an etch in your identity. Now, what does this belief do? This belief manipulates a circuitry within all of us that is basically our filtration mapping system of the world. What we see, what we don't see. Where's the salt shaker? I can't find the salt shaker. Where's the salt shaker? And it's right in front of you. Because your reticular activation system, your RAS, okay, very important. Your RAS is manipulated by these three things, okay? Now I had this big problem when once I moved to a new city, and I continually would say, there are no beautiful women here. There are no beautiful women here. So that was the thought. And you know what else happened? I started to have this emotion of being in lack. There was no beautiful women around. Everybody here is half-assed. They don't take care of themselves. Nobody works out. They all dress like shit. Everybody smells. All that stuff created an emotion. And that emotion created a belief. That belief was there are no beautiful people here. Therefore, my RAS followed that belief. Every time I went out into the world, even if there was a beautiful person in my vicinity, I would not see them because I was filtering them out, straight up filtering them out. This can go into a lot of areas of your life. It can become very dangerous. This is why you must control, have some sort of say in what thoughts you allow to pass through into your emotional self. Meditation helps greatly with this. Eating a good diet, staying fit, so that you don't have a chaotic, just out of control mind. You know, you stay on point, and it's easier to just live light and live a good, happy existence. Now, if your RAS is filtering stuff out, now you're just never going to see anything you want in life. The business deals, the women you want, friends you might, come into your existence, like somebody just super cool that you could be friends with for life. You totally miss those opportunities because of the emotion backing a thought that you've created. Or it was either an incoming thought or you created it from the internal. This is where it gets extremely crucial. Listen to me. If you followed me through this, now your RAS, when you see confirmation of this in the external world, I don't even care if you think of it, you don't even have to be aware of this happening. But this is happening because you see that there are no beautiful people around. It creates a confirmation, which is a judgment. You create a judgment in your existence. Now, this is very dangerous because after this happens, you literally just pounded the nail into the coffin. It is very hard to get that nail out. You cannot let this happen. You have to be aware and become very in tune with yourself, your existence, your energy, things that are happening to you. This is why it's so important to get rid of toxic people from your life, because they inhibit you from elevating to a greater, higher consciousness. That is love, peace, joy, happiness. That's where you want to stay and reside, is in that level of consciousness. So then your RAS has no choice. Like, we can manipulate these things, okay? But this is where it begins, and this is where we all get hung up, because that thought gets out of control. Meditate. Learn to become aware of your thoughts. Allow them to be without affecting you emotionally. That's the key. You do not let them affect you. They're there. You don't do away with them. You don't control them. You become aware and surrender those thoughts. So to put this all into like a big picture, okay, your reticular activation system, this confirms the belief. It is confirmation. This creates judgment. That is the judgment. That is how things are set in stone. The RAS confirms the belief. This belief is fueled by this emotion. This is the fuel for this belief to be judged by and be confirmed. And it was created with this thought. This is the source of creation right here. This is where it all originates. This is how you reprogram your subconscious mind. By meditating, becoming aware of your thoughts before they affect you emotionally, which creates the fuel for this belief. That belief gets filtered by your RAS in the real world and becomes a set in stone judgment of your reality. That's what we do not want to let happen, just at the will of everything. The will of everything. I was the worst at that. My emotions ran my life. I just fueled crazy beliefs. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I will only date these kind of people. I'll never have this amount of money. All those limiting, self-defeating thoughts were backed by an emotion that created that belief. And then my world reflected it. And that, my friend, is the basis of reprogramming your mind.